Fosse? The Peri Fosse. Welcome to beautiful Italy. I'm here with Davide.
Ciao!
We're about to hit the Fosse climb, the Peri Fosse climb. It's quite iconic because it's 9 kilometers at 9% average gradient, albeit the gradient steps up quite a lot on the final 2 kilometers. You'll see more of that, me suffering shortly, but it's also got 9 switchbacks. So 9 and 9 and 9. I think that's a nice way to start my little trip here in Italy. And of course, it would be rude not to have an espresso ahead of the climb. 9k, 9% gradient, 9 switchbacks. Nice. Switchback number 1. Number 9. 1k steep. .5 km. I went too deep at the beginning. All right, we'll come back here. And down there we have Bardolino, that's where we're going. And we're having a little bit of a bimble, a recovery ride, the legs welcome that, but also the nitro.
The cheating. The
nitro has been helping Jayne a little bit more today on the rolling terrain. The watts are actually at, I think, 58 for the ride, which is perfect for me today. As evidence of Jayne getting better at using the nitro, there's the watts, just staying with her. Acceleration. Look at this, picture perfect. Jayne spoiling my recovery ride with 350 watts.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, as most of you probably know, I'm not the best technically, but even if I could work the navigation system on my Wahoo Bolt, I'd have never found this little intriguing spot. And that's why I'm having such a fantastic time here, having a little potter around some of the back roads of northern Italy, aided by the immense knowledge of Giusto, Sebastian, and of course Davide. This is fraught with difficulty for someone like me.
They were for wine, no,
If you're
for
good,
lemons.
if you're good for lemons.
A lemonade. Now, here in the winter, it gets a little bit too cold for growing lemons, but fear not. The ingenious Italians of years and years and years ago used to cover them up in order to have the lemonade. I don't think I've pronounced that correctly.
They didn't run out.
They didn't want to run out. No one wants to run out of lemonade. Lake Garda, something for everybody, whether it's the cycling, the hiking, the food, I mean the food, the wine, but also even a theme park, and there obviously the water sports. Bit of beach life too. Italian lake life. How good does that look? There we go. Naughty, but nice. It's both of our first gravel ride. Yeah, concentrate. It didn't happen. It definitely didn't happen. There are apparently quite a few gravel trails in the area. You can hire gravel bikes as well from the hotel. In keeping with the theme, the area's got something for everybody. If you've got teenagers or kids, you have Garda Land, the country's biggest theme park. Nice. There's the post-ride pasta, a little bit of salmon, obviously the balsamic on the deck, for the ciabatta for me. So we're with Giovanni, proprietor of Corte Quaiara Vineyard here in Valpolicella. Corte Quaiara, the Monte delle Sate.
Which we apologise.
A blend, 2013, just divine. Oh, the master. There we go. Corte Quaiara, Metodo Classico. I'm very pleased with myself on that. It's champagne, but you're not allowed to call it champagne. That is nicer than I mean, in cycling we say kudos.
So we started 10 days ago with
Well, today's my last day, and I'm looking to redeem myself on the tough climb. That's Peri Fosse, 9 kilometers, 9% average gradient, 9 switchbacks. And to do that, need to fuel properly. This is what I've been having most days for breakfast. As an FYI, I haven't been trying it fasted. So plenty of good quality carbs here. So we've got the oats, which I'll mix in with some yogurt and the strawberries. This bread is beautiful, with some jam. Very low fat, high in the carbs, perfect to fuel, hopefully, a decent climb. Time for one little chore. It's not really a chore. Collecting yesterday's laundry. Is that one there?
Oh yeah, because mine's different as well.
Yeah, so it's bigger.
There you go.
Jobs are good. Not by our own fair hand though. We're en route to Peri Fosse, just cutting through one of the more industrial areas, but still very beautiful.
Buongiorno!
Ciao, Davide.
Ready for Peri Fosse.
Peri Fosse indeed. Well, the nerves are rising because we're now in Peri, just near the foot of the climb. Italian treats, homemade biscotti, yes, the power biscotti. By the power of biscotti, we shall ascend Peri Fosse full gas. I'm hoping full gas. So You can't see it, but basically there's all the switchbacks up there. 9 of them, 9 kilometers, 9%, 9 switchbacks. Well, there's actually 10, but 9 and 9 and 9, that's a much nicer story, isn't it? Cheers.
Okay.
Here we go. And there is a game plan. I'll explain as we go. That partly involves going a little bit harder for the first couple of kilometers, but not over threshold. I'm going to learn from my mistakes of the past. Here's the sign, start the KOM. There we go. Hard work this. We're going to ease off when the gradient eases off. Heart rate 169, 1 kilometer now. Average 289 watts, 170 BPM in the recuperation phase. About 4 watts a kilogram. Hard, 4.9 kilometers, over halfway. 280 watts. Easing off ahead of 6.5 kilometers and hairpin 9, where it steepens up to 15. Now time to invest. Here we go.
Why you don't speak now?
Benissimo!
Benissimo, bravo!
Oh dear me.
Bravo.
Oh, Davide. Oh dear me. Sub 40. Happy with that. Oh dear me. Oh. Oh. About 280 watts average up the climb. But dear me, that is a really hard one. Because the gradient is steep and it changes a lot, and it makes it much harder to sustain a nice infernal cadence. And that kilometre from about 6.6 to 7.5 is hell. But I feel really elated about that, Davide. Oh. Davide,
Very good.
thank you so much.
Thank you. Hey, good job. Good job. Good time.
Thing is, sorry, I'm literally covered in my own slobber. I've learned a lot on this cycling holiday from Davide. I've learned that I'm not as strong as I thought I was based on Zwift and some of the London riding and the crit races outdoors. Even when we're going easy to these mountains, when we're hitting a mountain at sweet spot for a really long one like Monte Baldi, or a threshold one like Peri Fosse here, I'm not quite hitting the power that I'd expected. The speed is good, but boy oh boy oh boy, I've learned a lot about the need to ride just 5% within yourself. And Davide, I am super grateful.
Thank you.
Well, we've just been having a little debrief on the climb from the maestro, Davide, and he really is the master. What Davide was saying was, today we got the pacing good in terms of the time and the power overall on the climb. However, my personal strategy, where I was putting down just north of 300 watts when we went past 9%, and then dipping back down to 250 to 280 watts when the gradient was sub 9%, wasn't necessarily the optimal way to ride, because I was spending a little bit too much time above threshold, which creates the lactate in the legs, brings the heart rate up, and actually I'd have been a little bit better to kind of maintain kind of 280 to 290 watts, and on the sort of the lower inclines go up a gear, try and sustain that power, and then when we hit the higher inclines, drop down a gear and kind of keep that constant power going, which is more or less what I'm doing on Zwift. And so really, you know, for long endurance rides outside, especially when you're in the mountains and the climbs, trying to stay below your threshold is obviously critical. So, you know, another learning point. Now, I'm super happy with being just sub 40 minutes for the KOM there. The official KOM is 29 something, and the Maestro 31
48, yes, second.
48 seconds on another level. Now that's a slightly easier way to make it up, but not a better way.
Next time.
Yeah, there's always next time. Ed Laverack, here you come, Ed Laverack. We're calling you Ed Laverack. All the skills, check this out. So Nicola has got a special delivery, and for those of you that like your bikes box fresh, Nicola,
Yeah,
what have we got in here?
we have few new bicycles,
Oh,
a bit in the late, but just I just picked up today from the rack,
oh my word,
the new custom.
my word. If you like your bike box fresh, and Nicola,
Is a custom painting.
it is.
So we customized. We wanted a silver name and sign, and the blue, but match also with and black matte with Shimano Durace.
This is the Dogma F12
F12 Shimano
with the disc,
Durace.
and the all important 32 on the back.
Yes.
Boy, will you thank Nicola for specifying the 32 on the back.
Yeah, and carbon wheels, fulcrum.
Carbon, fulcrum wheels,
Yes,
and we've got the Jira Ace. Wow,
the Durace. Yes.
literally no expense spared on these. Normally I'm a day late and a dollar short. This time I was a day early and a dollar too much. But I've got to say, the Pinarello Prince, magnificent bike. But next time, and there will be a next time, the Dogma F12 will be sampled. So my time, 401st out of 5,307, and it was 39.28. So
Bravo, Phil.
yeah. Thank you ever so much for coaching that out of me. Much appreciated.
You're welcome.
Now to try and find Jayne for a spot of lunch. I know where she'll be hiding. I knew I'd find you here. Yeah, good, very good. Lovely last ride. Have you had lunch? Nice. All right, you ready for lunch?
Yes.
I'm ready for lunch. We're just eking the last couple of hours out of the holiday. Pistachio, cookies and cream.